Hey everybody, I'm back with more word problems. So we have been looking at this. This is a part one, was trying to come up with the equation for this tank of water that we were filling up. And now I'm going to be looking at the table of values. So I basically set this up where the two equations that I have over here highlighted with pink are showing when we are given some amounts of time that we were filling the tank up with and how much water we're trying to figure out is in the tank after that time frame, with 2 liters per minute filling up. And then in the green, we have the amount of time that it took. So we're trying to figure out how many liters it took to fill that much time up. And then on the bottom here, I'm going to try to squeeze that one in as well as this part two. So we're going to go ahead and start to solve. So again, looking at 20 minutes of time at 2 liters per minute, that gives me 40. And we're going to add that 50 to it. So that means that the water in the tank would total up to be 90 liters after 20 minutes. Now we go ahead and do this one. We're going to go ahead and again, this is going to be 160. We're going to add 50 to that. And when we add those together, we have 210. So that'd be 210 liters for this problem. So now I'm going to go ahead and where the 20 is, we're going to fill in the numbers. So this was 90. And then here we had 80 minutes that took 210 liters in that particular problem. Now we're going to go over here to this side where we're going to actually solve by subtracting the 50 that we already currently have in the tank. And we're going to find out how much we have after we do that. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say 130 minus the 50. And when I do that, I end up with 80. And then we're going to divide both sides by 2. And when we do that, it's going to cancel and we're going to be left with 80 divided by 2 or 40. And that is minutes. So we're talking about minutes here. So this is going to be 40 minutes for us to get 130 liters in there. And then on this one, we're going to do the same kinds of steps. Subtract 50 on both sides. And when I do that, I'm left with 120. And then my next step is to divide both sides by 2. And we get m is equal to 120 divided by 2 for 60 minutes in this problem. And so that would fill in this part of the table. And so we now have that. And then the last step is we're asked to use the equation when it's 310 liters. So again, just like we did with these two problems, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to subtract the 50 on both sides. Now that's going to cancel. And when I do the 310 minus the 50, we're going to end up with 260 is equal to 2m. And then, of course, we want to do our last step, which is always, well, not always, but many times, is to divide both sides by the 2 in front of that. And we are left with m equaling 130, and this is minutes. And that would be how I would find out how long it would take to get a 310-liter tank of water. If you want more questions like this, you can find them on my YouTube channel. You want Algebra, check them out under the word problem section.